I think it's Vladimir from Serbia. So we are moving from the south a bit north on the Balkans, a country which had recently elections, and perhaps you can also comment a bit on that very quickly. And the problem of the social economic development we have discussed with all the intervenants we had this morning. It seems this is a key issue also on the Balkans. Please.
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank FEPS for inviting Center for Democracy Foundation and me to this wonderful conference in this beautiful library. And second of all, I'll try to be as brief as I can, since I only have 5 minutes. Well, social economic issues are definitely the issues in the whole Western Balkans, especially in Serbia. So in terms of Kosovo and dialogue with Pristina, I would not say it's important. I would not say it's dominant. I would say that it's a predominant topic in the EU integration with both officials and Serbian authorities, which should not be. Social dimension has been neglected, but only social economic dimension can really help the Balkans. So sometimes it feels to me that that most of the Serbian politicians and some of the European countries and European politicians are pressing this issue because it's the easiest option. Some of them don't want European integration or enlargement, and some of the Serbian politicians know that corruption and social economic rights are far more problematic in Serbia than sometimes the issue of Kosovo. So they both are using Kosovo as a way, as the easiest way, or some sort of excuse. So social economic issues are the real issues for various reasons. First of all, they affect everyday lives of ordinary people, from Serbia who want to go to European Union. It's also a very important issue in the European countries. European countries in themselves are very keen on European social dimension. They're also very keen on human rights in general. I think European Union has done more in human rights and people's rights in the last couple of years than, for example, the United States. And social economic rights are really a big part of that. So if you affect social economic rights in Serbia by pressing Serbian politicians to do that, then it's the best so-called PR for European Union among ordinary people in Serbia, because they will know that if you press our government in terms of social economic issues, then they will know that the European Union is the place to be, that European Union tends to care about the ordinary people who really don't have an option of, Kosovo is not their biggest option in this. And I will come back to our results of our last elections. Social economic rights are also have a lot to do with only profit-based tycoons in Serbia, who don't want to see decent work, who don't want to see quality jobs, who don't want to see their workers' rights being respected. And by pressing Serbian politicians to deal with that, European Union will also show their better side and their most pressing needs. Social economic rights are also providing people with decent work, quality jobs, happiness. And if people are happy and living good, territorial issues are suddenly not that much important. So coming back to Serbian general elections, they show that people in Serbia voted with their bellies, not without Kosovo. Kosovo was not even mentioned in the campaign. Social economic rights was the reason why, for example, Boris Tadic lost the election. So when Ms. Silovic says that the new president is ex-Milosevic's man, well, I'm sorry, but European Union maybe didn't provide enough support to Serbia in terms of this government. And in Serbia you have like two parties, two sides, two coalitions, democratic one and so-called ex-Milosevic man. Mind you, one of those ex-Milosevic men was in the last government and will be probably in the next one, and he will probably be one of the parties who will join the Social Democratic Party in the future. So let me remind you about that. So people were voting with their belly because they're hungry, because their social economic rights are not being fulfilled, and not because of Kosovo. So instead of Kosovo issues, which is also very important because of the territorial issues and all that, I'm not saying we should stop thinking about that. How about changing the focus to everyday people's needs, to social economic rights? For example, if a commissioner, Mr. Füle or anybody else comes to Serbia, they will say, hello, how are you doing? The weather is nice, you have to talk to Pristina. So how about, instead of that, coming and saying, hello, how are you doing? The weather is nice. Yes, you have to talk to Pristina, but I would also like to talk about, for example, do you have a law on occupational safety and health at work? No, you don't. Do you have a separate law on inspection? Because we are using the law on inspection from 1992, when Serbia and Montenegro was still our country. No, you don't. Do you have shorter and timely court proceeding related to the labor disputes? No. And for example, why have you brought a new law on civil procedure which says that only only a lawyer can go into the court instead of people. So in that way, you destroyed trade unions and non-governmental organizations who are using free aid. So instead of Kosovo issues, maybe we should focus on these issues. So I think the how should I say, tips that can be given to European countries and the European Commission should be, I think less of Miss Ashton and more of Miss Laszlo Andor, for example. I think people in Serbia will see, like to see more of Mr. Andor coming and talking about social economic issues. Thank you very much.